All right. Good evening, everybody. First, I'm going to shout out and say happy Pride to all my people out there. We are here celebrating. I have a great call for you today in this panel. We're going to be talking about CEO energy. We're going to be talking about Stonewall. We're going to be talking about being a lesbian in our current community. And the biggest part that we're all bosses on this call today. So as much as we always love to talk about business and talk about how you can grow within your own organization, we're going to give you guys a little bit of a history lesson today. So I have two amazing panelists here with me today who are running their own organizations out here, really moving and doing things, especially in our quote unquote male dominated world, even though we know women are the center of our universe and we
Period.
actually the center of the world. I don't care what anybody has to say about that. Quote me,
Right.
share it, say I said it. I don't care. But anyway, so we're going to have my panelists start to introduce themselves. Those who are new to this call and realize I'm Dr. Glow from Black Girl Everything. We are out here just having great conversations and just talking about some stuff. So, Melissa, let's start with you.
Yes, my name is Melissa Blaze. I'm the CEO, owner of a nonprofit of Impact Warriors Foundation. So we use flag football as a tool to create a safe space for the youth in our community of Newark, New Jersey. We have a few programs to create mentorship, leadership, teamwork with the children, and being really active in the community and being close with the parents is one of our key points. Because if you could get the parents, you can get the kids, right? So
Yeah.
just keeping that moving with the community and building that with the children. That's our focus. Using the sports to navigate their life so they can master the sport and life at the same time.
I love that. I love that. I'm an athlete too. So I'm all for how sports actually
Yeah.
help you with your life. I feel athletes are the best in life in all aspects of life. You learn so many skills from playing with
Hmm.
athletics. So I definitely hear it. So we got Tiara down here. How do you pronounce your name? You say, make sure I'm saying correct.
Tierra,
Tiara. Okay. All right, good. People's names are important to me. So I never like to mispronounce
absolutely,
people's names.
absolutely.
So Tiara, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
All right, so I am Tierra Craig. People who know me call me TC. Born and raised in the city of Detroit. Proud United States Army combat service veteran. I'm currently the incoming executive director for Diversity Richmond, which is the Greater Richmond area community center hub in Virginia, as well as the program managers of Virginia Pride, which is, Virginia, the Commonwealth Pride. I'm also the CEO of Tierra M. Craig Consulting, which is a radically inclusive consulting firm that is committed to grooming braver leaders and more inclusive teams. That's what I'm out here doing in these streets. I've been an advocate for years, but I am a bourbon connoisseur, just so our people know. Yep, I am a girl, a black girl that's a bourbon and cigar connoisseur. So we out here in these streets.
I love it. I love it. I really haven't been to a cigar bar in a very, very long time, but bourbon has definitely been one of my drinks. I have
So, Dr.
a
Go, real
glass.
quick, like I've learned early on, especially in when I first started in corporate America and
Yeah.
then in advocacy, that most of decisions are made with over bourbon, cigars, and on a golf course. And from an
Mm.
early age, I'm a golfer. I again am a connoisseur. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And my bourbon palate is stellar. I would consider myself a novice in cigars, but I'm coming up. I got some good folks behind me, but really in a leadership role, especially
Hmm.
in a white male dominated circles, advocacy, LGBTQ advocacy when it comes to fundraising.
Mm.
Yeah, that gives me a leg up.
I like that.
I love that. I love all of that. So
Mm.
I guess I'm gonna have to come down there so you could teach me a little bit about
I
cigars
got
and
you.
definitely on the golf course. Like I took one course in college, like one, back when I got my BA, but I have not actually been back on a golf course in like real life. And I know I need
Like
to.
it's dope. It's cathartic as well. You know how people go to rage rooms and different things like
Yeah.
that. Like if you hit a little white ball as hard and far as you
Yes,
can, come on, man.
that's
Plus
true.
the strategy behind it. I mean, and you could just and you can kick it. I walk it most of the time.
Okay.
But get you a cart. If I walk 9. I don't walk 18.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
But you walk it, you get, some fresh air, you get your steps in. If you with somebody, you got a good conversation, y'all chopping it up, you might be sipping on something, and
Yeah.
it's just a good time.
Yeah. I'm gonna add that to my list of things I need to be pivoting towards in my free time of never. But I'm gonna find
I
it.
was about to ask, when is your free time, Dr. Glow? But this your show. I'm gonna pass it over to you in your free time.
Listen, I love my free time. I'm very intentional about it. So now I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna have a golf day once a month. I'm telling you right now. Okay, I'm
Ooh,
Okay,
once a month.
accountability is key. We are
Yeah.
live and it's recorded. Accountability is key.
Watch, I'm gonna find me. I'm gonna get a really cute outfit too. It's gonna be great.
gotta have the outfit. Gotta have the outfit.
You gotta have the outfit. You gotta have
You
the outfit.
gotta have an outfit. So listen, they got Jordan. I mean, I'm a sneakerhead too. So they
Okay.
have Jordan golf shoes. Like you can get Jordan ones. Yes,
Hmm.
I got some
Yep.
Jordan 11 like golf shoes, like real for real for real.
Hmm.
It's re
You know
it's
what?
real out here in these
I'm
streets.
going
Like
shopping after
I'm gonna
this.
send you a Facebook group, Black Girls Golf. Like it's real. The Deltas in Virginia just had one of their fundraisers is a golf outing, like in real life.
Yeah, you know what?
Wow.
I've started to notice that a lot of the fundraising tactics, especially with nonprofit work, a lot of it is really happening on golf course. These golf outings are happening all the time because that's where people have, $5.
Yes. Yes.
And I tell
I
people all
mean,
the time, you got to
but
be
listen,
around the
I'm gonna
people.
get
If you
you.
want to ask for the
You
money,
gonna
you got to
help
be
me
around
with
the
a
money.
flag football fundraiser,
Wait,
but the
wait,
golf course is what it is.
I'm down. I'm down to do a 1 day tournament. We can make that happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. So
Yeah.
Melissa, talk to Alyssa a little bit more about Impact Warriors. What actually made you, what got behind you to push and
Wow.
start this organization?
So I've been playing women's tackle since 2018. And during the pandemic happened. So season was canceled. Everything was just shut down. And I had one child living with me and I noticed the child was like video gaming and all that. So I was like,
Yeah.
let's go to the park. Went to the
Hmm.
park, started training them. Then all these other kids started coming. Oh, can we play? Can I come and play? Oh. Then I was like, I should just start a team. Because at first we went to another program and I didn't like the way they were
Take it upstairs.
handling the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of the coaches like squeezed the shoulder of the child and to tell them to move somewhere. And we was like, well, you could have just spoke to the child. You didn't have to
Yeah.
literally be aggressive with the child. So we took him out and I said, I'm just start my own because at the end of the day, kids are little humans, right? Trying to navigate life
Mm-hmm.
as well. So they should be treated with respect and understanding that their feelings matter as well. And I feel like the old school coaching is like pounding on kids and they're like 10, 9 years old. How do you know they're going to be stars already? Like, let them
Yeah.
have fun. Like, for me, it's all about having fun. So I started the program and then it just grew. Like, it was like tell a friend to tell a friend. And then all these kids came and it started growing. And then I needed coaches. So I started networking in the community, going to the councilman, looking for support. Not much support there because they feel
Mm-hmm.
like flag was tackle because they're miseducated on what flag is. So I started
Yeah.
educating and still they
Hmm.
didn't want it. So I started doing independent. Just
Yeah.
just putting my face out there, being at community events, doing tabling and just getting my name out there. And then they were like, well, we've been looking for flag. We've been looking. So I'm like, I'm here. Because you know what they say, you build it, they'll come. So that's how it all
That is
started.
definitely true. That is definitely true. I always find that people, when you're out there in the community, you really start to learn what the need of your community is.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, well, where did you come from? You told me I needed to do this. And that's so if anybody
Hmm.
want to start an organization, it's like, yo, what is needed in your community? That's how you're really going to
Hmm.
thrive because you want to create
Period.
something that's actually going to do something for
All right.
those around you. Some people just go and they start these organizations, especially like during 2020 when everybody started a business in 2020. Everybody started a business. And I was like, this is so great, right? But most of them now don't even exist. Trust me, I know.
Hmm.
Because I have over 200 videos of me interviewing all these different businesses, and only half of them are still here. Because
Hmm.
it really wasn't their passion, and they did not actually build something for their community that was needed for their community. Right. So I love the community based work, especially now with my own nonprofit that I operate, is because it's community based work. And I
Yeah.
tell people all the time, just because you have a nonprofit doesn't mean you need to be broke
Hmm.
because nonprofits pay. right? And you're also in a what is the word I'm looking for? You're also being of service to your people,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Mm-hmm.
key. So that's definitely dope. So, Tara, talk to me a little bit more about your new position. You know, as you are going to be the flag waver of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Talk to me a little bit about that. And actually, no, before you even go there, I'm gonna trust you to do this and do this the right way. Please give us the history of Pride. Go.
So Pride started as a riot, and I want y'all to know, like, our people, black, lesbians, black and brown transgender folks said in Stonewall, enough is enough, right? And, those who had to, go with, say, one article of clothing, because the police would come in and check. I say all that to say, happy Pride. Pride was a riot, and right now we need to keep on rioting. Black and brown lesbians and transgender folks, transgender women drove that fight, led us to where we are today, and we need to keep on making that ish happen right now, right? I've been doing that as a Don't Ask, Don't Tell military veteran. When I got off active duty, when I got my discharge orders, I said I'm going to wave my rainbow flag high and
Mhm,
big as I can because I couldn't, for those who feel that they don't have a voice, for those who don't know how to use their voice, for those in
mhm,
situations that it's fear of harm if they try to act or speak on their own behalf. And that's what I have been doing for nearly nearly 2 decades now. Over 2 decades now. Wow. Um, and in this new position in Richmond, I joke that I've when I first moved from New York City to DC, I worked for the federal government for a good period of time. I lived in Maryland when I first got here, and then I moved to DC, and now I'm in Virginia. So I have lived in the DMV now. But anyway, so this new role is in Richmond, which is the capital of the Commonwealth of Virginia, and it will be serving as the executive director of Diversity Richmond, which encompasses Diversity Thrift, which is a thrift store, the Iridian Gallery, which is an in-house art gallery, as well as Diversity Richmond, the community hub or community space. It
mhm.
also includes Virginia Pride, which is the largest pride in the state of Virginia. And so that's what I'll be doing on top of my consultancy, which ensures that leaders and teams of marginalized organizations have the same opportunities for leadership coaching, team building that other organizations, larger organizations, are privy to. I've done
Mhm.
leadership development now for over 15 years, C-suite and above. So that's been my expertise. And so I want to ensure that folks that look like us and do the
Mhm.
work that we do have the same, are afforded the same opportunities as those that don't look like us or are more fortunate or have more funding.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a bigger part, especially with us grassroots organizations. I don't like putting like the word small in front of things. So I like saying grassroots organizations that start in our communities that getting access to funding, especially for people who look like us, is pretty much damn near impossible in
Hmm.
most cases, right? And even with you start going to the C-suite experience is really important, right? Because you get to understand how things are moving and how things are being played out. And people don't have that type of exposure. We're not as we talked about joking about golf and everything else like that, we weren't raised on golf courses, right? We don't
Absolutely.
go to the club. So you don't get access to that language, that communication, those skill sets, those networks where they pretty much take the youth from their golf buddies and drag them along through that process.
Absolutely.
And it's just like it takes people like us at this time to create these opportunities and these possibilities so we can bring our youth with us through that. And see, now they can call you, right? And say, hey, I want to get access to this. Oh, I know so and so does this and does this and do that. I love being the guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy. That's a big part of who I am. And it's like, that's why I'm always a collector of people. And I'm very intentional about really connecting with What do you do? Who do you know? I want to know who's in your network because I want to also give you access to mine because our networks
Right.
together are stronger than being separate. So yes, I think that's a very, very important point about that. And having consultants that are able to come into these organizations to support with that is huge because we need people to lean on. So I'm really happy that you started that organization and that you're gonna do that work. And then also you're just a great leader too, just in general. You're very intentional around your words and how you connect with individuals. So I definitely see that thriving across with the rest of the work that you're doing. So congratulations on all those great wins this year. I see this is my year of results, and that means that everybody around me is going to be getting results, and you are clearly
Yes,
getting results, baby. I love it.
I
Yes.
received that. I received that. Thank you.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. So Mel, so you talking about your CEO energy with starting this organization. What have been some of
Ooh.
your challenges? Now I know you mentioned stuff with, reaching out to your councilman and stuff like that. How have you really funded your organization? What did you do?
We have done a lot of fundraising within the parents. So they will register their
Mhm,
child, and then I'll say, this is what's going on for the season. We got to do some fundraising. So we done the popcorn fundraiser. We also did like a scratch off. So it was like a football scratch off where every child had
mhm,
to raise about $200 so they can get uniforms because as they know, they knew that, it was a program starting and they saw the vision behind it. So they were like, well, we're down with you, coach. Whatever you need from us, we'll support you in any way. And some of them just donated, so which was great. What else? I also had a lot of like the team that I play for, the Tri-State Warriors, the CEO of that also donated and supported me in the beginning and still supports to this day. So he always donates money to the program because he saw the vision for the beginning as well. So from when we started to now, it has grown tremendously. So we're happy about that. And doing holiday events like Halloween, we'll table at a Halloween for the trick or treat. So we do community events like that. We've done
yeah.
coat drives as well, and also the Thanksgiving turkey drive as well. We
Mhm.
supported the community with that as well. So we just any way to get the kids active as well, because we want the kids to be active also in the community, not just playing football. Because it's more than just a sport. you
Yeah.
know, yeah. So
Yeah,
get
I
them
love that. I
involved.
love that. I love that, especially talking about the civic responsibility for our
Yeah,
youth,
Period.
right? Because they need to understand they're powerful when they
yeah.
show up in these spaces. And we're raising humans out here to sit here and advocate for themselves and actually advocate to protect the spaces where they live. And I think
hmm
that's amazing. I think that's
Thank you.
amazing that
Thank
you've
you.
incorporated that as part of your programming. I think
Yes,
that's
yes.
definitely dope. So, Tara, I'm gonna ask you another question. As you was in the C-suite, how diverse was your C-suite experiences in this traditionally male-based dominant space? How did you excel there? Because I know you did. Talk to me about it.
I mean, for real though, so how diverse was it? It was in the federal sphere,
Mm-hmm.
mostly, and so it was cisgender white men.
Mm,
About 85% of them were former military.
Mm-hmm.
Of that 85%, it was probably a good 40% of them were from West Point, the Army Military Academy, the Citadel, the Naval Academy. We call those folks rain knockers, right? So they set in a place of privilege based on where they went,
Mm.
right? Those others that were not from those institutions probably went to the Harvard Business School or other strategic military academies, right? So um, they were a bit pretentious. Again, white male. But you did have that other 15% that was not white or male. Some of them black and I mean black, non-white men and women were a bit pretentious, were from
Mm-hmm.
those institutions, but they were strong, and I thrived with them. I learned from them. I learned the language from them. I gained access based on the relationships that I built through them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Was it easy? No, because I showed up everywhere authentically. So I showed up in a blazer and a shirt and a tie and some Oxfords every time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with my locks, or my short haircut, because about 10 years ago I cut my first set of locks off. So I showed up authentically, which innately gives men a rub when they see a woman, that a masculine woman, and a masculine woman that has the um authority to share space with them.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a rub. So you get the looks, you get the questions. So what are you doing here? Where did you go to school? Like, trying to and have you validate your existence in a sense.
Yeah.
And for me, I stood my ground, and I will always stand my ground. Like, that's one thing my daddy told me all growing up. You can be whatever you want to be if you try hard enough, and you belong in every room that you stand in, period. And so, me carrying that in those C-suites. I mean, and again, and I'm the trainer. So these individuals, I'm not leading them, I'm training them. So I'm charged with teaching them leadership skills, to
Mm-hmm.
excelling them in their career, reporting back to their supervisors and different things like that. So, they kind of needed me and questioned me. And, I learned to leverage my position in that. But also, again, building relationships. I said that's my
Yeah.
superpower, understanding, having conversations, finding common bonds in those.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, leaning on that 15% of the folks who look like me and thought like me, and some who had the same experience as me. I will say not one of those individuals that I worked with during my entire time were masculine of center lesbian folk. I was
Yep.
the only one in the room, which made me feel that I had to stand taller, on both sides of the room.
Yo, talk about that being masculine center. Me personally, even I had that experience a lot of the time, especially because I work in early childhood, and a lot of these spaces that I was in, the higher I got ranked in some of my schools, I was always in there with just like white cisgender women all the time, all the time. And for me to come into the space, with blazers on and ties on, and I definitely wore blazers and ties there on purpose every single meeting. I was just like,
Yeah,
I'm going up there, put on my blazer, put on my tie, baby, and just show up that way. But it took some time for them to realize I didn't talk for a really long time, right? I'll just sit there and just listen
Mhm.
and then listen. And then it
yes,
would say
yes.
something I really couldn't stand. And then I'll open my mouth and everybody's like, oh, there's a voice. There's so much to say. But then I started to really command the space and command the rooms. And it really is like for people don't they have such limited expectations of you sometimes. And then when you stand up, it's like, who are you? Now I walk and kick any door in, kick mayor's
Period.
doors in. I don't really care. I can hold a conversation with anyone at this point in time because I know who I am. I know my worth. But I think that a lot of people sometimes they in certain environments they just don't stand up, right? They just kind of just sit back and kind of just wait to be called on and realizing that we don't have time to wait.
Right.
We don't have time to be called on. We need to stand up in these spaces and own them for the power that we do have. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that because I wanted
Yes,
people
yes.
also to understand that you can navigate those spaces, find your groups within those spaces, and you will be okay, right? Because look at you now doing bigger and better things, right?
Amen.
Mhm.
Definitely great stuff. Great stuff. So another question I have about you is though, how do you maintain your confidence, right? Even being within your most authentic self, that takes real confidence to be that way on a day-to-day basis. You and your wingtips, talk to me about them.
So I talk to myself in the
Hmm.
morning. I give myself a pep talk in the mirror. Whether I'm leaving the house and doing anything or not.
Yeah.
I say, hey, be great today. You be the best
Hmm.
you can be. Like, I mean, I just give myself a pep talk.
Yeah.
Also, you know, I have a counsel. You know how you say to people to talk to you, people say, I got this person on one side, another person on the other shoulder. I have a counsel in here, right?
Yeah.
And they
Mhm.
all have a different purpose. So like when I need to be amped up, I similar to you, I sit and listen and figure out who needs to be giving the advice at that
Yeah.
point in time. Is it the level-headed, council member? Is it the we need to, pick up our white folding chairs person that's in there? Is
Mm-hmm.
it the, empathetic, sympathetic person? Like, I
Yeah.
really, and it took some time and therapy and Jesus to get me to a space where I pause and look introspectively to see what needs to be, done externally. But it all
Yeah.
starts the very beginning of the day is me giving myself the pep talk in the mirror,
Mm-hmm.
looking at myself. Because if I don't believe in me, if
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in my ability, if I don't believe that I can get shit done, why or how can I expect anybody else to? Right?
Wow.
Even in those days when I don't feel like it, I'm my own hype man. And yes, I
Mm-hmm.
have a village. I got some friends. I have some amazing circle of folks.
Mm-hmm.
But it starts with me giving me my own pep talk, patting me on my back, hyping me up, putting on my Eminem, lose yourself, like in real life, like
Yeah.
doing that for me, and that's what keeps me going. And sometimes in the moment, I need that in my head. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
might
Mm-hmm.
not hear it if y'all in a space with me, but if I feel if my pits get sweaty and my heart rate elevates, those are things that y'all don't feel. That means I know that something's happening right there. I switch on, that my theme music. If y'all ever heard, Beyonce has a song called I'm That Girl off her Renaissance album. That is
Mm-hmm.
my theme music. If y'all ever want to introduce me to a room, Beyonce,
That's your
I'm That
song.
I'm that
Girl
girl.
off Renaissance.
I
Like
gotta listen
that,
to it now.
it really turns on. And I'm like, all right, Tierra, you are that girl.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really how I keep it. People say fake it till you make it. I mean, I've heard a sermon recently that said faith it till you make it. And that's
Ooh.
really what I do. Faith it, I got this.
Yep. Yep.
Wow. I love that. I'm writing that all the way down. Till
Yes,
I make
faith
it.
it till you
Mm-hmm.
make it.
I like that one. That is dope. That is
Yes.
dope. Yeah, that's real dope. Woof.
You
We're
felt that
gonna
one. I felt that one too.
You feel it? I'm like, ooh.
But I
Uh-huh.
mean, but it's real. Like y'all, when I heard it the first time, I was like, "Whoo!" I was like,
Yeah.
"I could do that. I could,
Yeah.
yes." I
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
mean,
that is fire.
if people don't know, I am a minister. I don't go around but I let God work through me wherever I go. I don't necessarily have to say it. It's just who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, Reverend Tamika Wilson had a sermon back in the 90s, and it was rooted in faith, and it was like feeling as though it's already happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that again from the 90s is what I carry when I say when I heard faith it till you make it. I'm like feeling as
Yeah.
though it already happened. This is a successful speaking engagement. This is just a successful client meeting. This is a
Mm-hmm.
successful grant application. Like feeling as though it's already happened.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm, 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 mm. I love all that. And I think it's like that idea that you have to believe first, right? Because if
Yes.
you don't believe, no one else is going to believe. You have to believe in your message, believe in your passion, believe in your business, believe in your life, believe in your love life, believe in your marriage, believe in
Mhm.
your finances. Like you have to believe in all aspects of your life or it's not going to happen because you are the energy that actually moves it. So it's so important for individuals to realize that. And I'm big on that. Belief is a big, big word for
Mhm,
me,
mhm,
big, big
Mm-hmm.
word in my household. Just in general. It's like because I feel the things that I believe in will always win. And they
mhm,
may not win exactly how I thought I was going to win,
mhm.
but realize I won anyway.
Period.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
just trust that that's how things are supposed to work out. That is definitely dope. I love that. So, Melissa, have you ever had imposter syndrome?
Mm.
Oh, have I?
I know you have. That's why I'm asking you this question, Mel.
Come on, preach, Mel, preach. Come on.
Talk to me
Absolutely,
about how you
absolutely.
overcame your instances of imposter syndrome. Then I'm gonna tell you all my 5,000 instances.
Well, I've always questioned myself, did I have enough experience to run a nonprofit? Do I
Okay.
have all the knowledge that I need? Like, because all I know, I was an athlete, so I know I how to do that. I know how to coach, but do I know how to run a nonprofit? That was my biggest thing and how to navigate through that. But every day that I touch a child, I know I'm doing something. I know I'm helping parents, and their kids are different. They start one day nervous and quiet. By the end of the season, they're like, Coach, Coach, Coach. They can't stop talking, right? So that tells me that I'm doing a good job. That my purpose is to get up every day and to continue doing the work of impacting these youth, and also seeing the confidence in these children when they're on the field and they're speaking. Because I always tell them, you have a voice and your voice matters. So don't shut down because things are not going your way. Because if you do that, then we'll never know what's in your mind. Like, your mind is powerful. So I need to know what's going on so I can help you and ways to navigate that. So that daily tells me that I'm doing what I need to do. And even with the other coaches that I'm coaching with, they coming to me and they're older than me. And they're like, well, what do you need, coach? And I'm like, well, this is what needs to be done. And just standing my ground and holding myself accountable, and also redirecting them when they are, dealing with a kid in a way. I'm like, well, you got to remember, do you remember when you was a child and how you was being treated? So sometimes just letting them see different perspective on how to deal with the child and how to get them in a way that the child understands, like speaking the child's language. And sometimes we forget to do that. So now I just walk in there and with confidence and just knowing what I know, and just and I still continue to teach myself and coach and do all the trainings because there's still training that I get to learn as well, and improving my skills when it comes to understanding a child and how they're navigating through their being student athletes, right? Because they still got to get their grades up. They can't play unless their grades are right. And
Mhm.
I'm a very stern militant coach because when I'm not there, the parents are calling me, Coach, we need you here. But now I got to find a way to remove myself from the coaching and just be the organizer. And that's where I'm stuck in between the two, because I love to coach, but at some point I have to step back and allow the coaches to coach so I can go sit in the meetings and get the funding that we need to grow it bigger than what it is right now. That is an overall goal, yeah. So yeah, I hope I answered the question.
No, you did. It was an amazing answer, an amazing answer. But it brings me another thing about leadership, and when you have to transition out,
Yeah.
right, and
Mhm.
transition to a different atmosphere. But you've already built the culture of
Yeah.
the organization. So it's like when you bring people in, even if you're at the top, you still are running. You're still coaching just a
Hmm.
little bit further away. It's an
Yeah.
awkward thing because it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. The person on the top actually is going to lead everybody all the way down to the bottom, bottom, bottom of the list. Doesn't matter where that chain of command is, who's at the top is going to be their thought process all the way through. So if you keep continuing to build it the way that you're building it, it's still going to thrive with you doing the check-ins that you need to do because you already built the culture of the organization. The parents know who it is.
Yeah.
Coaches know who it is. They always knew it was you. Right? Yeah. So no, that's people as leaders, they always say that because sometimes you have to transition and you have to
Yeah.
transition in a different way because somebody has to do development if you still going to want to grow your organization. Somebody has to, and you just have to trust that it's going to continue to grow. But trust me, I understand. Even when I started the Daisy Dream Project, I thought I had to do
Hmm.
every little thing myself, and then I don't do anything there anymore.
I
I
love
go to
that.
parents talk to
I
me. I'm like, I
can't
don't,
wait
I
to
don't,
get
I
there.
don't know what you're talking about. I need you to
Can't wait
talk
to
to my
get there.
team. I don't know. That's not my place, right? Oh, why can I get size 5 diapers? Don't ask me that question. But aren't you Dr. Glow? I am. But that's my team's responsibility to give you that answer. My responsibility is something else. But thank you for being here. Write that Google review. I appreciate you all day long. It's so funny, so funny, so funny. So, Tara, how are you? So, with you moving in all the different positions that you're moving in, right? And a lot
Mhm.
of the work you're doing has a lot to do with mentorship. Talk to me about how mentorship is important to you.
Um, each one teach one.
Yeah.
I have experienced, especially and unfortunately in the Black lesbian community, where we operated once one person began to excel like crabs in a barrel.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're getting too high. I need to pull you down.
Yeah.
Right? And that's unfortunate. But I have been blessed to have some magnificent Black lesbian leaders that I've come across during my journey, that I have become friends with in my journey, that have dropped gems, that have continued to drop gems, that are this morning a text message type. And I've experienced what that mentorship has allowed me to do, the knowledge, the experience, the confidence that it has instilled in me. And I, again, on my journey, have committed to giving that to others, right? Because, when my mentors are become my ancestors, then I'm going to be the elder mentor, right? And then, there's going to be somebody else that's going to need to take those gems, take those seeds and sow them elsewhere so they can continue to bloom or bloom differently and hybridly because they have different knowledge than we have, right? And so mentorship again, what I'm given, I take what I'm given from others and want to pass it along. If there's something different, if I want to put my own stank on it and pass it along based on my unique experiences, I do that because I expect those that I pass it along to do the same. And I want it to continue and continue and continue, like your great great granny's, apple pie or pound cake recipe, right? Sometimes you don't change it one bit, but sometimes you're like, oh, if I add a little bit of cinnamon here, it changes it and it's perfect. And you pass that along to to the folks after you. So that's how I see mentorship, especially in leadership. There are some magnificent young executive leaders, chief executive officers that are out here in the LGBT landscape across our country that are doing some wonderful jobs. Jolie Robinson in Chicago, Brielle Winslow Majette in New Jersey. Like these are some folks that are doing magnificent work across the LGBT landscape that, sharing conversation and sharing gems with them, they additionally pour into me as well. So it's reciprocal, it's necessary, and I hope that in everyone's sphere, if anyone's poured anything into you, I will hope that you don't just harbor that you
Yeah.
also pour that into someone else.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for that, for all of that, because it's so important. Because if we don't share what we know, how could somebody else actually know something, right?
Mhm.
Because somebody had to give it to you. Like you just mentioned some folks. I think that's really important for people, especially our youth who are going to watch this later on, or even parents who are watching this. Like, get your children around people who can expose them to something different. I grew up in the 80s. I was born in 1980. So yes, my parents had drug issues, right? I grew up in all of that, homelessness and all those different things. But my mom was big on, go hang out with your uncle. My uncle did it. He had it together. My godmother had it together. So I was exposed to something else that allowed me to see that life can be different. And I was grateful for my aunts and my uncles when I was growing up because they poured information into me consistently. Like my uncle, I still call him to this day. I was on the phone with him yesterday. He's in London doing something random. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just out here taking a tour. Okay, great. But it's just like having, those type of people is why I'm like a super auntie. My kids, my nieces, nephews know, like, yo, we're going on vacation. Is mommy coming? No, I don't need your mother. You're going with me. Like, we're going to have these conversations. And we're going to learn from these experiences because I want them to see that there's more. So Auntie Glow has something to offer them that I know is going to help them thrive when they get older. Because they say, look what my aunt did. She has this, she did this, she did that. Yeah, and you can do that, and you can do better than me. Let me help you
Period.
get there. Let me help you get there. So I think that is definitely huge. So I know, Melissa, I know you're doing a lot of that type of work also with the youth that you're working with over there at Impact Warriors. Is creating a space where you can pour into them, and if they don't want to go, you're going to drag them kicking and screaming.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Because everybody has to go
Absolutely.
forward, right? Everybody has to go forward. So Melissa, back to you about
Mhm.
so with you playing,
Mhm.
tackle, which I first of all, I'm scared of the thought of playing tackle. All right. Like I was
Yes.
rough. I ain't that tough anymore. So I don't know. I don't know if I could take a hit. But how are you balancing all that now with even, with working and the
Yeah.
Impact Warriors and, as being that Black girl that does everything? Talk to me.
You know, I start with my faith, just getting up every morning and just thinking, God, oh, you gave me another day. So I don't have time. So let's get as much as I can get done. And I balance it. Like I have practice Tuesdays and Thursdays for my tackle. And then the kids on Wednesdays. Then Fridays with the kids and Saturdays we have games for myself and the kids. So
Mhm.
it just works out. I don't know. God just made that navigation, that schedule work out perfectly for me this season that I was able to do both because when I started Impact Warriors, I stopped playing football. So I can focus on Impact Warriors. But
Mhm.
I didn't get to finish my season the way I wanted to because it was canceled due to the lack of participants. So I said, okay, let me just focus on Impact Warriors. So this year I said, you know what? I didn't really get my final year. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to finish it the way I wanted to and not because of whatever before. So this year's just, it's been amazing, you know. And I'm losing weight. I'm feeling lighter. I'm in my 40s. I'm getting ready to turn 41. So
Yeah.
one of my kids was like, "Oh, you paying for the 57U coach?" I was like, "Oh, you got jokes. 57U, 57 and under, because we got 10U, 12U." So one of
Yeah.
the kids was like, "Oh, you paying for 57?" I was like, "I'm not 57 years
57
old."
you.
Right. I said, "No." I was like, "You need to come check me out." They was like, "Yeah, we want to see you play. We want to see you play." So now I give them that confidence that it's like, coach, you play? You still playing? So when they come and see me, when they get on the field, they have the confidence and they being captains and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
leading the team and keeping each other up. And we have this thing where we lock arms. And I said, we gotta lock in, lock in. So they'll lock arms together and then they like go on a war together on the field. So when they end the game with a W, they like, coach, we did it. I'm like, yeah, but I need you to do it even when I'm not here. Like that's what
Mhm.
I need y'all to have that confidence when I'm not here, that y'all hold each other down. Because that's what life is gonna happen. Because I'm not gonna be here forever, you know? Because you're gonna grow, you're gonna get to other coaches. But if you have the confidence and build that confidence to be a leader, then everybody will follow you. So, just it's been great. It's just been a joy. This year has been, I feel like I'm 30 when I first started, 23 years old again. Like so it's been great. It's been fun. And the kids seeing me play is even like the staple of it. Like they get to see me. And they get to like be like, oh, coach plays. Like my coach plays. So I know she know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know? So yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I think that's dope. I think that's so. I'm very proud of you to turn
Thank you
around and
so
go
much.
back and like I'm going to
Yeah.
complete this the way that I want to complete it because you chose yourself.
Yes.
Sometimes we allow life to get in the way we actually don't choose us, and that's a
Hmm.
great example of choosing your joy because you can have both and you can have the kids and you also can have your own personal gain, right? On
Hmm.
top of everything else. Now that's dope though. And I saw you last time I saw you. I saw that running was doing for you. I was like, damn, all right, I see
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
A
telling you, I
little
had to touch the
sore.
arm. I touched the arm. I was like, ooh, that's nice. Let me
A little
tell
something,
you,
something, a little
girl.
something, something, a little
I
something,
was like,
something.
all right, we can
Them
get it.
push-ups. Because I've been working with the kids too. I'm like, all right, let's go, coach. Because I hold myself accountable too. So when I
Yeah.
give them push-ups, I say, you know what, coach made a mistake. Oh, we're going to do some push-ups too. So they get to see me like I hold myself accountable as well. It's not just you guys getting punished when y'all not listening and y'all talking and I'm talking and you're not listening to me. We're doing push-ups. So yeah,
I love that.
yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, we.
yeah,
Yep, that we. So that's great leadership too, though, right?
yeah.
Because it's
Because if
like,
you don't,
if they go down, you go down with them because you
yeah,
got to.
yeah,
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 it's like,
absolutely.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
So, Tara, so one of my final questions I want to ask you, um, what advice would you give women stepping into leadership roles, especially now as this consultant master?
Mm.
Be you, period.
Got it.
Capital B, capital Y. Be you. All
Yep.
right. That's everybody else is taken. All the other roles are taken. Be you.
Mhm.
Be make mistakes and learn from them.
Mhm.
Don't know, ask and learn, right? Succeed and lift. Be you. Show up as you. If you are comfortable in Tim's and jeans and a polo shirt, be as brilliant as, profound. Be you in that. If you want to put on the suit, do that. If you want to put on a dress, like just be who you are, who you feel comfortable being. And that person should be able, you should be able to be honest with that person. Again, that conversation that I have with myself in the mirror, have that conversation with yourself in the mirror. Be able to look yourself in the eye and tell yourself the truth. Tell yourself the goals that you have for yourself. Hype yourself up. Admit the mistakes that you've made, right?
Mhm.
Like, be you, period. No matter how young or old, gay or straight, black or other, be you, right? And if you are you and you good to yourself and you good to other people, you will succeed. You will
Mhm.
get the desires of your heart.
Mhm.
It's when you start doing the other stuff, being shady, being messy, and all that other mess that things. But if you are you, if you are good to yourself, if you are good to other people, the good things will come to you. The
Mhm.
universe, God will reward you. And it, again, like you said, Dr. Glow, it may not look like you envisioned it, like it's on your vision board, like you wrote it in your journal,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but the good will come to you. You will be rewarded.
Yeah.
Be
Thank
good to you.
yes.
I
You know,
like that. Second
that
that.
that is so huge. That is so huge. There's so many people, like currently, even in my city, there's a lot of issues with the politics right now between school districts and all those other things. But for me, the people who I have the most issues with are the people who have opinions, but they're just not being good people about their opinions and want to drag people down with their
Mm-hmm.
opinions and want to
Mm-hmm.
be judgmental and this slandering people. I'm just like,
Yes.
no.
Mhm.
If you have facts about why we should be doing this way, just give me the facts. I can't see your facts. I can't hear
Mhm.
your facts because you're not even being a good person. You're not
Mm-hmm.
even being a good human being. Because I agree that, politics are politics. I agree with certain things over here. I agree with certain things over there. But as long as you're being a good person and you're intentional about humans beings thriving, I can rock with you no matter what your politics are.
Period.
But
Mhm.
if you're not being a good human, I can't get with you.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
can't get with you. And you can be as right as right. I will never hear anything you're saying. So you
Mm-hmm.
are correct.
Mhm.
Like people be authentic, but also within your authenticity, be real and be nice to others.
Mm-hmm.
Be nice. Whew, thank you for that.
Yes.
Y'all
Yes.
nerves. I'm telling people now I listen to them. They're not even nice.
It goes so long. Like there's so in my journey, there's so many people that I've disagreed with, that I've butted heads with, but did it in kindness,
Yeah.
was had a listening ear,
Mhm.
sought to understand, even if our opinions differ, even if it was like you are dead ass wrong, but I'm going to be a good person and listen to you,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
or share this space with you or hold space for your fuckery.
Yep. Yep.
I have been blessed and rewarded with, with success and excel and prosperity and all these things. Like, and it's good people in my circle. I mean, I'm gonna end it with Dr. Glow. Like just, we shared space in Atlanta last year,
Yeah.
and just understanding like good people, attract good people, right?
Mhm.
And they leave a lasting impression. And that's where we connected. And then, we were connected again at Creating Change. And it's just like, good people, You know, it's that you reap, this harvest season. I reaped my seeds in these good people. And
Yeah.
now what these good people have, the reach that they have is it's time to harvest that. It's time to be on have the conversations. It's time to share contacts and relationships so that each one of
Mhm.
us can grow and excel and expand our networks, right? If you just be good to folks, period.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. Which is why I went to
Yes.
Creative Change because you posted it. It's only why I was there. Literally. Like, I was like, oh, okay, she's going there. So then that's why everybody else was going. I said, oh, I should go there too. And I had a
And you
great
got
time. Learned
something,
so
right?
much.
You got
Yeah,
something. You
I
got
got
some
a whole
connect.
bunch out of that
See what I'm
experience. It
saying?
was amazing. Yeah, but it was just like, just I like to be where cool people are at. So I think you're cool. You were there. So I was like, I gotta go. And that was just basically
Nice.
it, but definitely amazing. So Mel, for you, what is some advice you want to give people who are stepping into leadership roles? And really about authenticity along those lines. What you got?
Well, I can say, don't wait till you feel like you're ready.
Yeah.
Like I had like
Mm.
waited and waited and waited, just trying to like I gotta get more trained. I need to learn more. I need like what am I gonna, so don't wait, you know, and trust yourself, you
Yeah.
know, trust your intuition and lead with your faith. And being that I have my community and the community of parents that support the vision and support everything that we're doing with this program and seeing a difference with their
Mhm.
kids, they keep coming back. So I'm doing something right. And knowing that your voice, they hear you, they're listening. And knowing that the kids are watching me, they're watching every move. The parents are watching me even more, seeing like, okay, this is a good place for my child, right? So just continuing to be that leader and trusting myself and
Mhm.
trusting my coaches, because that was one thing I had to really navigate on trusting, right? So I was like, well, if I can't trust them, that means I don't trust myself. So I had to
Mhm.
learn to trust myself more and just and own it and being confident. Even if I make the mistakes, learn from them and move forward. Because guess
Mhm.
what? If not me, then who else?
Yeah.
There's not too many women doing this in Newark, New Jersey at all. Because a lot of parents are reaching out to me like, "Oh, I didn't know this was here. I didn't know this was here." I'm like, "I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. So come join me."
That is amazing. That is amazing. And I'm happy that you're there doing the work that you love. And I want to thank you both for coming on today for this conversation.
Thank
It
you
was an
for having me.
amazing
Yeah, thank you
conversation.
for creating this
Yes,
Um,
space.
thank you for creating
yeah,
this.
like this was really cool. And I know people are going to watch this and get some insight from it. So before we let you guys go, I would love for you both to kind of let people know how they can connect with you. So Tara, start with you.
I am Tierra Craig, Craig, Tierra 1R on all social media platforms. I have Tierra M. Craig Consulting if you would like to connect on a business level. But yeah, that's it. Everywhere except what is it? It's
LinkedIn.
not Twitter anymore.
Oh,
Oh, X.
X. Yeah,
X. Yeah.
I'm not on X. Um, and I think I might be on TikTok, but I don't do much on TikTok besides use it to open what other TikToks people send me because I don't know how to do it yet. You were talking about, being an 80s kid. Like I was born in the 70s. So
Mm.
like I am really like, okay, TikTok is just way too much for me. But on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Threads, I got you. All right. Yeah, Tierra Craig.
All right, amazing, amazing, amazing. Mel.
So the website we have www.iwfoundation.com. On Instagram and Facebook is Impact Warriors Flag Football, just one word. TikTok as well, Impact Warriors Flag. And that's all the platforms. And you can also check me out at Tri-State, Try_Warriors. That's our page for
Amazing,
that.
amazing. Yes, yes. You are halfway through your season already at this point, right?
Yeah, we're 4-0, baby.
Oh,
4-0.
wow. I'm dropping that 4-0 real quick on your
Yes.
final season.
Yes.
That's so sexy. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Two
I love
more to
it.
go. Two more to go to playoffs.
All right, all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
almost there. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We've come a long way from
Yeah.
2021. Yeah. Yeah. I
Nice.
remember when we started. Yeah, we've come a long way with this team.
Listen,
But we
practice makes
made it.
perfect. Just keep
Yes.
on working at it. Everybody gets better, right?
And you know what?
Absolutely.
It took getting the right group of women that wanted all the same thing and was hungry for it. That made it so much easier just to, we got one goal, we want to win. So, and that's the rest is easy after that. When you have
Yeah.
the mindset you want to win, just
Listen,
show
I
up.
only want to hang out with people that want to win in general. I don't care what you want to win at. Because if you're not about winning, if you don't think you can win, me
That
and you
part.
can't be friends.
Yeah. That
That
energy
part.
is that energy is contagious.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
we all
Winning
have to
energy
want
is
to win.
contagious. Also, weak losing energy is contagious as well.
It is. It'll drag you right down. You won't get
Mm-hmm.
anything done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you are the company you keep all day long. Your mama was right when she told you that. I
Mm-hmm.
tell people you are the company you keep. You want to win,
Hmm.
surround yourself around people who also want to win
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
in anything and
Yeah.
everything. I don't care if it's walking 10,000 steps a day. You better
Yeah.
talk to people who don't want to sit at their desk all day because you're not going to get your 10,000 steps. It
There it
just
is.
is
Exactly.
what it is. It is what it is. All right, y'all. So this
Yes.
is Dr. Glow. This is Black Girl Everything. You can follow us at Black Girl Everything on all networks, and including TikTok. I'm on there. I don't put the stuff. My assistant does that for me because I definitely do delegate because I can't do it all. But on Facebook, Instagram, and everything else, as well as our website, www.blackgirleverythingllc.com. Come check us out at our Power Pod PGE. We are hosting a slew of events. And then also, if you guys are coming up to Brooklyn for New York Pride, make sure you guys are at One Night Stand on the 27th. It's going to be the dopest Pride party Saturday night. And also, so I do one of my other things. I'm actually bartending. It's going to be great. I'm thinking about my outfit. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. It's going to be really hot. I'm really hot about it. Really excited. But definitely come out to One Night Stand if you guys are coming up for Pride in New York. It's going to be a real good time. It's going to be out in Brooklyn. You can see it's going to be all over my page for the next 26 days, every single day, all day long. The party always sells out. Like literally. And this year we're expecting
Yep.
about 400 to 500 people to be in the room. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a grandiose time. Big time fun. Find me
Yes.
at the bar. I got a shot for you. All right. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. So Facebook going to leave you guys alone. Until next time, everybody be you. I like that.
Yeah, please.
Good night.